Hi guys, so this is my final video, and then later on tonight I will actually be doing the ritual. I'm going to go ahead and upload the previous video and this video onto my channel and everything. Alright, so he did a video, let me bring it up. Here it is. People attacking white people for being Kemetic religion, and that is the video response to it. Okay, so I watched maybe about 7 or 8 minutes of the video. I'm not exactly sure how long I watched it, but he was talking about Afrocentric people coming on and basically attacking white people for being in the Kemetic religion, saying that they're committing cultural appropriation. Alright, I agreed with him when he said that the Egyptian religion is no longer a living religion. It is no longer funded by a pharaoh, it's no longer funded by rich people. There's no longer a priesthood. That was all dismantled. That was not just dismantled, that was completely like genocidally removed. And that is why what the early church did to the Egyptians is classified as ethnic genocide. And it is a war crime, but you can't get people for what happened, you know, over 1,000 years ago. The thing that I have a problem with the word cultural appropriation as far as it being misused. True cultural appropriation is when you take deities from a living religion and you add things to it that does not coincide with how it was done. Now, I'll be right off the bat, I'm not against eclectic Wicca or eclectic paganism, but I'm against people misusing the term cultural appropriation. Black Afrocentric Kemetics are probably one of the worst. I don't mean to put them down or anything, but this is the God's truth. Kemetic religion died out. Not just died out, it was assassinated. It was butchered, it was beaten, it was everything. The thing about Kemetic religion this is going to be probably a long video. The thing that people have to understand about these ancient pagan religions is that they relied heavily on money to maintain their temples, especially the Egyptian ones. The Egyptian ones were built of stone. That stone cracks. If there is nobody around to maintain those temples, they fall in disuse and everything. There is evidence that temples were torn down and their stone was reused for other building structures. Example, the white limestone casing that was over the pyramids was actually chiseled out and used in other building constructions, because there was no ruler, there was no army, there was no nothing to keep the Coptics from doing this. Another example, Constantine tore down a number of temples, and the thing is that there's actually a gentleman that has this whole list of like dates and things like that. When you go and you take away the funding, when you go and you take away the religion of a group of people, you are first of all culturally appropriating their culture. The Roman emperors, they culturally appropriated the Egyptian religion. They called themselves pharaohs and all this, and they were not. So, to say that white Kemetics are culturally appropriating Kemetic culture is not based on fact. Cher wearing a Indian headdress when she's not a chief is cultural appropriation. I heard someone say, "Oh well, she was Native American. She's part Indian." Well, my great grandmother, was full-blooded Indian, but I didn't see her wearing a headdress. The point that I'm trying to make is, Black Kemetics must understand that first and foremost, they do not have any claim to Egyptian religion. As Chris said, you did not do a DNA test. You don't even know where your ancestors come from. All you know is they went on a little boat and they got baptized and they were sold into slavery. And I'm not making light of it. I don't make light of slavery. Slavery was morally and ethically wrong. But trust me, African American individuals, and I do not want people to think I'm being racist, because I'm not. African American people would not survive 5 minutes out in the desert. I'm sorry, they would not. It isn't just it isn't just, Caucasians that have to listen to this. It is in Egypt right now, as far as I heard, and there was this whole thing in Syria about this girl that had gotten outed as a pagan, and the Syrian rebels killed her. But the thing was, there are like 5 Kemetics, as far as I know. I don't know if anything has changed. The 5 Kemetics that live in Egypt, and they were born in Egypt, they were raised in Egypt, and they just happen to be drawn to these ancient deities. Are they committing cultural appropriation? No, they're not. Because the culture is dead. The culture died out. The culture was butchered, assassinated, genocidally just wiped out. First, it was attacked by Christians, and then it was attacked by Arabs. The thing that gets me really riled up is when you have people that will stand there and they will attack someone who is Caucasian and say, "Oh, no, the Egyptian gods will not listen to you because you're white. You have to be black." And it's wrong. I think it's pathetic. And I think it really, really, really needs to freaking stop. If you don't like it that Caucasians are honoring Isis or Aset or Wazir or anything like that, okay, fine. You don't like it, but you have no right to complain. You have no right to say you're culturally appropriating my culture when you don't even freaking know where you come from. You know your ancestors came from Africa. And yes, people, I do know that Egypt's in Africa, okay? I know. But you can't label something cultural appropriation when it's no longer a living, breathing religion. Taken from the Indians is cultural appropriation. I don't understand what what the big deal is. These deities call to these people, and it is their right to honor them, and it is their right to pour libation and offer incense and give food and pray to them and all this. So I am going to end it there. I hope that this, I hope that you learned something from it. But yeah, so, cultural appropriation is defined as taking from a living, breathing religion, following a religion that got decimated and destroyed and genocidally wiped out is not cultural appropriation. There is no unbroken line. So I'll see you guys around later on tonight, and be well. So until next time, may you be blessed.